Welcome back then. As we speak, the Nifty actually has drifted to the low point of the day. We have the mid-cap index as well that's sitting with a bit of a cut. So things not looking too good as we speak. Just pull up Hexaware. That stock is coming for some selling pressure. And Torrent Pharma as well. That stock has been on a bit of a run. Suddenly that stock as well has seen some selling pressure. There was a board approval, I think, that came in with regard to their fundraising plan. So that stock as well has seen some profit booking. And from the frontliners, Z Entertainment has seen a sharp knock, so you should pull up the intraday chart even of that stock. That's the alert coming up for you. Torrent Pharma they're seeking shareholders nod to raise close to around, I think, borrowing limit. They're pushing to around 10,000 crores, and that stock as well has come in for some profit booking. But let's get chatting with another management. We have Mr. Anand Agarwal, the CEO and Director of Sterlite Technologies, who joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Agarwal. Thanks so much for joining in. There's so much of talk that optic fiber cables business is like to see a lot of demand coming in, both from the government-backed BharatNet program as well as from the rollout of the 4G by telecom operators. Have you seen that kind of demand coming in the last couple of months or so? And what's your forecast for the next year?
Sure, Nigel. Thanks for having me. We are seeing a great level of plans and actual forecast as well as actual purchase orders coming in for optical fiber rollout. So it's now a clear conclusion that everyone realizes that for 4G having a fiber optic backbone is absolutely required. See, till date the country had a voice infrastructure. Now the country actually requires a data infrastructure, and for that data infrastructure fiber optic would be the backbone. So we are seeing a great level of demand coming in from the telco operators, especially the ones that are rolling out 4G. And at the same time, we are seeing a good level of the National Optical Fiber Project getting rechristened as BharatNet. It's now being done implemented through states. So some of the states have gone forward. Andhra has started some implementation for it. And we are having a state where there is concurrent rollout of the old NOFN project as well as the current BharatNet project. Plus, we are seeing good level of activity now starting with the smart cities also post the announcement of the first 20 cities.
Hi Anand, afternoon. A few years ago, you also ventured into the telecom services business where you were executing a defense project for J&K. Now that project, we understand, is due for completion anytime now. Do we have more states which have given you similar orders, services orders? And if yes, could you give us details?
J&K order, you're right, would be finishing in the next fiscal. So the work is already on currently, and we are deeply in towards finishing it. In terms of the other states, as I said, for the NOFN, we are supplying the products because it was a model where private sector was involved in supply while the PSUs were implementing it. For BharatNet, the states are as yet coming out with their RFQs. So they have not as yet come out with the RFQs. We have started some supplies to one of the phases in Andhra Pradesh, but the actual BharatNet rollout we think should start from the first quarter of the next fiscal.
All right, Mr. Agarwal, I'm just going through a brokerage report, and they're saying that you enjoy better pricing in the telecom space in terms of telecom products as well. So what can we look forward to? You've even done an acquisition the last 1 year or so. What can we look forward to in terms of your margins? If there's better product pricing, then will margins go up?
Sure, Nigel, and we have been seeing that. So our portfolio is moving more and more towards value-added products. So there are a lot of new products that we are actually introduced through our Center of Excellence and our 100 patents, which are products for specific applications, which include the backbone, which include more fiber to the home. And if you see, our margins has been going up on quarter to quarter, especially on the telecom business, being backed by these couple of reasons. One is the fact that we have better product mix, and the second is the fact that we are getting a great degree of operational leverage. Our optical fiber plant is actually running at a 22 million capacity, which is it's fully loaded to its capacity, and we have a great degree of visibility that we see for FY17 also, especially for the optical fiber business.
Okay. Anand, let me come back to the BharatNet orders or the rollout there, because that is something that could be potentially a future trigger for the company. What could be the size of the opportunity? What could be the size of the total rollout orders? Any color on you, anything that you could give us with? Any details that you can give us?
See, BharatNet, what we are seeing is every state is going to give orders worth something between, depending on the size of the state and number of village panchayats, it could be between 2,500 to 4,000 crores per state. And about 70% of that is going to be optical fiber rollout. Balance 30% being the active equipments. So that's the magnitude of what's going to happen. But it's going to happen over the next 2-3 years, where some states will start, and it will happen in different phases. The overall project outlay for BharatNet, as it is proposed right now, is of the order of about 70,000 crores for all the states. So as it gets panned out, this will get spent over the next 3-4 years.
And you will qualify for 70% of the total pie, which is the optic fiber.
Yeah, Clearly.
Okay, and what would be the competition for Sterlite Tech? So say if the total size is 70,000 crore rupees, assuming 70% of that, we are close to 49,000 crore rupees in the next 2 to 3 years. What percentage of that could Sterlite Tech hope to capture?
We are essentially looking at, so we are not looking at it from a market share of the potential market. We are looking at whichever states go into BharatNet. We will be there, so the competition will be people like whoever is doing the defense project, also people like L&T, people like TCIL, ITI, and clearly we believe that there is enough to be executed. There is a large amount of, and BharatNet is one of the dimensions. There are 2-3 other dimensions. There is a dimension of 4G being rolled out. There is a dimension of the defense extra networks being there. So we believe there is enough for the entire market, and there is enough execution capability which can execute it as well.
Right. Mr. Agarwal, then one final question before we let you go. Quickly, could you tell us when exactly could this demerger process take place? Are we looking at it in the next month or 2 months? And how exactly will the debt be split up post the demerger?
Sure, Nigel. The demerger, we are in the exact final stage. We believe we hope to get the final High Court approval in early April, and the effective record date would be sometime in middle of May. The debt currently is close to about 6,000 crores, and the telecom business, which will be listed, will be having between 700 to 800 crores. The rest being on account of the power projects, which will be with the power company.
Okay, Anand, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in, and all the best for the coming ventures of the company. On that note, it's time to slip into a very short break. The mid-cap index is dipped into the red.